This is how a team keeps its edge. It's how the defending 3AA state champs keep their edge when they're undefeated and looking to repeat. They go hard. In the middle of the season, when a lot of teams are just going through the motions to save bodies, the Southern Spartans go hard just to keep their edge. And see, they get that from their coach, Darius Robinson, a man who is so locked in, so focused. I mean, there's just no way to shake that guy.
I'm going to tell you what, guys, if you don't do it in practice, man, I don't know what I'm going to expect from you on Friday night. The last Friday's over. We can't live on what we've done in the past. We need to prepare right now. Because I tell you what, over in Pittsburgh, they preparing to upset you. It's real. If you don't get the mentality today, it will happen on Friday. Nobody's going to lay down for you. I promise you that. You got to keep that edge on you at all times.
Coach, I don't know if you've ever been in a church service and the preacher really comes at you with that hard word. You ever been in a service like that?
Step on your toes.
I got a hard word for you this week, but I'm going to challenge you, Coach. So I don't know if you want to sit down for this or can you take this standing up?
I feel better standing on my feet so I can move.
Okay. Coach Darius Robinson, I know y'all are the reigning 3AA state champions. I know that y'all hadn't lost a game this year, right? But, Coach, I got to tell you that Northwood is going to beat y'all on Friday.
If that's their game plan, that's great. What we're going to do is just prepare to show up on Friday, and when it's 0-0 at the end of the clock, then we'll figure out who won.
Coach, I don't think you understand what I'm saying is because I've been to a Northwood practice. I've seen them up close. They're big, they're physical, they're big. And, Coach, I know y'all come with that passing game, and I'm wondering, are y'all going to come with too much finesse and not enough oomph when y'all get up to Pittsburgh?
Well, size, speed, toughness, not one of those single things have ever won a football game. What wins a football game is the same thing I told you earlier in the summer. It's three phases of the game. And when you prepare for all three phases of that part of the game, then that pretty much will determine who's going to win that game. So I'm not going to say if you feel Northwood is going to win the game, that's your personal opinion. But I will tell everyone as well as you, Friday night we'll tell the tape. And, we kind of prepare ourselves early in the off season to play good, big, competitive teams. And it kind of prepares us for the conference because we know what our conference has to offer. So we've been in battle tests before with big, competitive championship caliber level teams.
Well, that's the thing I noticed about you guys, Coach. Even, messing with you a little bit, making predictions. The thing I find about you is that nothing seems to rattle you, and that seems to transcend throughout the program. Even if I talk to one of your offensive line coach, I mess around with him some, and it's always the same. Business, the next game. How serious is that, Coach? Because I got to think sometimes a program like yours, you got to look ahead some weeks.
You can't. I don't care what level you're on, you can't look ahead because when you start looking ahead, you become complacent. And when you become complacent, that team that everybody says is not supposed to beat you, that's when they slip up or you slip up and let them beat you.
Marvin Tillman Jr. and Jeremy Griffiths roam around in the defensive backfield for Southern. They'll be locked in on Penix.
Jeremy, you had a big game last week.
I played pretty well.
75-yard touchdown on an interception, man. Take me through that play with what you saw developing and how you was able to take that thing back to the house.
Well, I was pretty much in man-to-man coverage on the back side, and the guy ran a hitch and go, and I believe it was a little communication. So when he stopped, I stopped a little bit, and then the ball released, so I just broke on it. And the rest is just my teammates leading the way for me.
This guy right here, probably, you wouldn't have scored without him, right?
I can't do anything without Mar.
Right. Well, look, y'all have a nice quarterback this week, man, in Ty Penix. Am I insulting y'all if I say he's just as good as your quarterback, Kendall Hinton? Is that something I shouldn't say?
He's good. We respect him.
Ty Penix is a good player. Are y'all concerned about that guy and the weapons that he has?
We game plan, but it's not too much of a worry.
But you hadn't seen a quarterback like Ty Penix this season, right?
Not yet. Played a lot of athletic quarterbacks this year, but he's probably the best one we're going to play. We just got to play assignment football. Everybody does their job, and we should be successful.
Bill Renner running the offense. He likes to spread you out, man. Is that going to Is that going to limit what you guys normally like to do, being spread out so much?
No, it's not. It's not gonna limit us. That's really what we like to play, spread, so we can really focus on the passes. We not have to worry about coming up making tackles too much.
All right, Jeremy, you got another interception to the house in you this week, this Friday.
That's the goal. Hopefully, all my boys get one this week.
Tillman, you got one this year?
Yeah, I got one in the first game.
You due for another one, aren't you?
Yeah,
All right.
about time for another one.
Now, when the Spartans have the ball, that's when Southern offensive coordinator Tony Creasy Sr. turns up his headset.
You have the easiest job, at least in the state of North Carolina, because you got Kendall Hinton, coach. So my question is, without Kendall Hinton, does this Southern offense still keep clicking?
John, I would tell you that Kendall Hinton is probably the best, not only quarterback, football player I've ever had the privilege of coaching. Now, I would tell you that the way we design our offense is to put Kendall in great position, put our players in great positions, and if we had a player with lesser talent, we may not be as successful, but we would be successful.
Okay. And lastly, coach, as I wrap it up, if I'm Northwood this week, I'm the defensive coordinator. I'm saying to myself, I'm going to shut down Kendall Hinton. I'm going to put guys on his receivers. Coach Bill Hall from Northwood wins this ball game. Right or wrong?
Well, I'm not going to say that they can't beat us, because anybody can get beaten on any given day. But I will say that it's difficult with our offense because we do so many things and we give it to so many weapons, and it's hard to. You got to make a decision on which poison you're going to take away from us.
Got to pick your poison.
You got to pick your poison.
All right.
So, with that being said, and they're a good football team. I've had some nights watching that film, trying to decide how we're going to attack them. What's going to be, what is their weakness? I don't see a whole lot of weakness on that football team.
Hey, that's just game recognizing game right there. I'm Herald Sun sports writer John McCann, and this was Game Day.